So, what's one thing that pets do naturally that we can learn from in our own beauty or wellness routine?
I always say what I love the most, the happiness. Honestly, the positivity, right? There's nothing better.
Welcome to the Pretty Profit Podcast, where beauty meets business and results are always the goal. I'm your host, Marcia Mehrali, owner of Beneath the Surface Spa, where transformation starts from the inside out. Today, I'm beyond excited to welcome our guest, Marketa Jefferson, a holistic pet coach who's redefining how we care for our furry companions. Marketa brings a whole new perspective to wellness. And yes, it connects to beauty and balance in our own lives. Whether you are in the spa world, the pet world, or somewhere in between, this conversation will open your eyes to how wellness truly touches every corner of our lives.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me, Marcia. I'm absolutely honored to be here. And the answer to your question is yes, because I believe everything is about balance. And that's why I named my company Paws Balance. Because I try to really balance everything. As we age, we're trying to balance the exercise, how we look, we groom ourselves, right? And the same goes for the dog. We have to groom them, we have to take care of them, we have to exercise them, we have to mentally stimulate them just to be healthy. Yes, so they can age really, really well if we know what we're doing.
So, what's one thing that pets do naturally that we can learn from in our own beauty or wellness routine?
I always say what I love the most, the happiness. Honestly, the positivity, right? There's nothing better.
So, like the environment, happiness within the environment.
Yeah, they spread positivity, they spread happiness, and I love it. And I think we should learn from that life is too short. So I think the happiness, the faithfulness the animals give us is really something to learn from.
Wow. Yeah, I would definitely think that we can take our cues from our pets sometimes, you know. They tell us what they need sometimes and we just have to pay attention. So what inspired you to become a holistic pet coach?
I always wanted to be a veterinarian. So when I was back in my country, I wanted to be a veterinarian, but I told myself, I don't think I can put any animal down. I would just not be able to do it. So I became a teacher. I am actually a kindergarten teacher, special ed teacher. But when I came to this country at 18, I didn't speak a word English. So I was like, how can I speak, how can I teach these poor kids? They hardly will understand me. So that career went out the window. And I just really was always passionate about animals. And it really took me a long time to realize that something I am so passionate about that I should switch it and turn it into my career. So when I can wake up in the morning, I will be smiling. I'm not going to be miserable. I'm not going to be living from 9 to 5. And I started to work in animal hospital and I was in heaven. The surgeries, this. It was just mind blowing and I really loved it. And that's how my journey started. I opened up my mobile grooming business. And as I was doing that, I suddenly saw that there's such a need for a change in dogs' lives because I constantly saw itchiness, allergies, fleas. There's just so much going on, and I couldn't figure out why it's happening. So I started to dig a little deeper, and I remember my growing in Czech Republic, and grandma used to treat everything with herbs. We would go to woods and eat mushrooms and blueberries and everything. And I started to experience with some animals to heal stuff natural way, and it worked. So I really started to research, and I found Dr. Ruth Roberts, who is holistic veterinarian, And now she teaches and certified people who are interested in this kind of business. And I went to school and I spent the whole year just really educating myself and trying to figure how to help these animals to get really to the bottom of the problem. And I fell in love with it. So now I do it full time and I love it. And the transformations of dogs and cats are amazing. I have 5 animals of my own, so I apply everything on them and it works. It's just amazing.
So, what do you see within the transformation of the animals?
Uh,
Can you give me
so
one like big transformation?
yeah, so I will give you example of my little baby Pomeranian I have, and he was always itchy, ripping his paws apart, always ear infection, fat. And I didn't know what to do because you constantly go to the vet, which, is really expensive. And it's a circle of the same medication and it's really not doing anything. And I started to dig deeper and I found out by switching diet to fresh diet, fresh food, doing some sensitivity testing on him, giving him the correct supplements might help him. And after 3 months of all these changes, it's incredible. It does work. He's not itchy anymore. Ear infection are completely gone. His fur really got better looking, fuller looking. He has a little bit of more energy, but he's on that lazy, side all day long. But yeah, it's really working. And even my cats, who were always like not, present, they're all over the house, outside playing. The coat is so shiny. It's really amazing.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I was going to start talking about supplements because at Beneath the Surface Spa, we believe in beauty from the inside out. So obviously feeding your pet well and providing supplements for them really brings out their energy, their coat, I'm sure their eyes are even brighter. So what supplements would you recommend on a daily basis for a pet?
I'm gonna get back a little bit to our conversation we had together about the collagen, right?
Yes, love the collagen.
Yes, and I ordered it from you. I can wait for my package
Yeah,
because I want to have full hair like
thick
you.
in that hair.
So if you're definitely looking for supplements, go to Marcia. She got the best ones. Um, when it comes to the supplements, I always say, like you saying, it comes from inside. You cannot put have a bad diet and try to fix it by supplements. So again, I say you are what you eat, and the same goes for your dogs. And I always start transitioning the food first and then supplement with um, uh, either something specific that the dog or cat are suffering from, or just if their puppies have the immune system build up, the microbiome has to be good, the gut has to be good. So, kind of, it's very individual with the supplements depending on what the dog or cat needs at this moment. When you're choosing the supplement, you have to really look for the high quality supplement because if you go on Amazon, there is hundreds of them. So how to choose from, right? I get these answer every single day. What supplement is good? What do I use for this? What do I use for that? So I have an online store and I only sell supplements that I know the uh, people. I met with them in person. I know what's going behind the closed door, I always say. And they are high quality supplements. There are no fillers. There is nothing, crazy about it. And you always want to check the reviews every time when you see the reviews, you want to really dig deep and see if they are more likely to be positive than negative. Um, yeah, and it's sometimes like you can try different supplements. When you give somebody supplements, it not necessarily means that you have to stick to that one supplement all the time. It's okay to switch them because you are building the system, you building the immune system, and the variety is really great. Like I always say adding supplements, food, changing it's a good thing.
Oh, that's great. So why don't you tell us how we can get your supplements since you've already tested them?
So it's very easy. I have an online store which I'm rebuilding because of Wes Bergman now.
Yes. Yes.
So it's gonna be totally new online store.
Uh-huh.
But I have a Paws dash balance.com website, and one of the part of my website is online store. And I have really great supplements. If you cannot find those supplements that you're looking for, I also work with Dr. Ruth Roberts, Dr. Silver. He has really great variety of mushrooms. I'm big believer of mushrooms, and I just did a little post on social media about mushrooms. I'm not trying to get your dog high. All right,
Yeah.
that's not that.
Not those
All
types of
right.
mushrooms.
Oh my God, this is like a big thing when I start to
It'll make
talk
your dog
about.
feel good.
I know. It's like when people ask me, "Oh my God, look at your pup. He's 9 years old. He's doing so well." I said, "Yeah, he's on CBD." Oh, that's why. I said, "No, that's not that kind of." So it's a big myth with people when I say I use mushrooms and CBD products. They think my dog is 24/7 high. No, it's not. It's not that. So I work with a lot of different doctors. And I can get you pretty much everything what you need in their kind of store. And we work together, and we trying to figure out the um, a really good plan from A to Z how to have your dog balance through the whole life.
Yeah. So let's go into we're talking about food and supplements for pets. So what are some of the red flags for food we should be looking for on a label? Like when what
So
you're
if
feeding
we
your dog?
if we go talking about food, I think the um, first thing you want to always do, you want to flip that back and check the ingredients. Um, more ingredients there is not necessarily good. Better, less is better. When you don't understand three-quarters of it, mm, I would really not recommend it. The second you see chicken meal, mm, that's very questionable. Chicken meal can mean a lot of things, not necessarily chicken. We have to be careful with synthetics, with dyes. They put a lot of dyes in the food, BHA, BHT, a lot of stuff. So if I do recommend food, I always say stay away from the dry kibble. And the reason is there's no moisture. Um, we need water, dogs need water. How do I get moisture from the dry kibble? Oh, my dog goes and drinks after. Yeah, but that's not how it really should be. And also, the dry kibble is very processed, high processed food. So I don't recommend it because when something is really high processed, you're taking all the nutrition vitamins out. Even that, they try to add everything in it after. It just not, there's nothing better than fresh meal. If you cannot do fresh diet, fresh meal, cook for the dogs, I always recommend look into, there are a lot of companies actually, they deliver dog food now too. It's a fresh food. So that's something to look into it.
Yeah,
Then you can
that's
look.
great. I have never heard of that before.
Oh,
Delivering
really?
fresh food for your dog. Can we
Yes.
can we name some of the companies or the company that
Yes.
yeah.
So, goodness gracious is great. Alice is great. Um, I like farmer's dog, but you have to be really careful with that because they still have a lot of starches and carbs in it, and that's caused a lot of inflammation in dogs. So if you see that your dog has allergies or sensitive skin, I would stay away from the carbs and starches because that actually even makes it worse. So you might think, and that happened to me when I was in the beginning, I was like, oh, I'm gonna ditch the dry kibble and I'm gonna, order food to be delivered to my house. And my little grizzly got even fatter. I couldn't figure it out because there's just so much starches and he doesn't process it the same way as my other dog who has energy and exercises and runs all over. My grizzly is a couch potato. So again, what diet works for your dog not necessarily have to work for my dog. So you always have to really experience and you know your dogs the best. So if I recommend something and you start and you see the dog not really doing any better or still itching, then okay, let's try something different. But just not giving up and trying, that's why we have such a variety of food because what you like, I might not like. What makes me look beautiful doesn't work for you. So everybody has different needs and every dog is individual and you know your dog the best.
So you were saying that you cook for your dogs. Or your pets. Do you have a cookbook?
I don't have a cookbook,
Just another thing
but
to do.
but how we do cook for animals. Dr. Ruth Roberts um, is actually she is the one who has the cookbook and all the recipes. So she created this recipes for dogs. It's called Crack Pet Diet. Everything is done in the crock pot. So that means that you don't have to cook every day. You literally cook once or 2 weeks, and whatever is left, you stick it in the freezer. It can stay in the freezer for 3, 6 months. So it's really not necessarily meaning that you have to cook every day. She created this crockpot recipe in 2006 after so many food dog recalls. There were just so many. No matter what you try, no matter what you did, there was always a recall. And every company has a recall, unfortunately, in one day. Even the good ones now, they have a recall. So when you have a really sensitive dog and you're not sure that what you're giving them is the best thing, because when you cook, it's balanced. It's actually approved by EFCO. So it's really completely legit. You don't have to worry that your dog is going to lose some nutritions and it's not going to be well balanced. Everything is, as long as you follow her recipe, it's really great. And that's what we do. It's 200 of us, and she taught us everything from the biology to supplements, how to cook. And I will be actually making a course because a lot of people are starting to cook now for the dogs. And of course, there was like, oh my God, I put too much water. So I'm literally on the phone all day long saying no and zooming, no, take the water out, take this, do this, because there's so much food you can actually cook. And I love it. I cook all the time. And, my son always laughs because, like, Ma, is it for me or for the dog?
For both of you, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. And he makes fun. He's like, Ma, that looks horrible. I said, yeah, it's a mush of food, but I take a spoon and eat it because
Right.
it's a human food,
Right.
it's our food. So I'm sorry I don't put like the pepper what you want in it,
Right.
but it's really good food. And I love the fact that you actually see what you are putting in the
Yeah.
dog food.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, in the beauty world, we love detoxing. Do you believe your pet should be detoxed, or is there a detox?
Yeah, so I am a big believer. I'm still trying to dig deep in it because that's something new. I wasn't really aware in the past, and I just wasn't sure how it works with the dogs. And I don't like to really like a lot of people like fast and stuff like that. I'm not a big believer because it's just I listen. If I don't eat 2 days, 2 days, 2 hours, you will hear me.
Yeah, you get a little angry.
Yeah.
Just
You know how people have the PMS, like we have PMS. This is like PMS, and then I have the other PMS, which is meal syndrome.
yes, yes.
So if I don't eat, you will hear me. Uh, but when it comes to the detox, I am still trying to find out more protocols about that. But I believe in detox when you put your dog through anesthesia. Uh, so I have some tincture oils. I have some stuff that Dr. Root sells, and you can give it to the dog before and after, just to detox the chemicals that we actually putting into our dogs. The same goes for vaccination. If you know that you have to vaccinate your dog, you don't have any other choice. I recommend Tuya, which is little tincture you give to the dog before and after, and it detox the liver. I also like to use milk thistle. It's really great for 2 weeks, in the period. And there are some other stuff that I'm still researching on just to make sure. And like I said, every dog is individual. Some dogs need something different because they are experience Cushing or cancer or stuff like that. So I still have to do a little more research on it. But detox, yes, it's very important because we put into our bodies and into our dogs' bodies so much chemicals we don't even know about it. So the detox does really help and makes us feel better. And I believe it does prolong our lives.
Oh, definitely. Well, it's definitely about educating yourself and just, researching what's best for us, what's best for our pets, and how we all can live our best life and live a long life, long, healthy life. You don't want to end up, having to pay a lot of veterinary bills for your pets because they're sick all the time. That's not a good way to live. So,
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying too. It's we have like 90 million dogs in USA as of 2023, right? It's crazy amount. So 56 household has at least one dog. So the pet industry is increasing. And what's also happening, there are not enough of veterinarians, unfortunately. So the need, and that causes stress on the veterinarians. The level of suicide in veterinarians is really high, and it's really heartbreaking. And you know, it's just so much, especially after COVID. Everyone got a puppy and this and that, and now we have these breeds that we call breeds, and it's really just a mutt that we mix this dog with this dog, and now it costs $3,000 and it's pretty cute and it's all the commercial that we're doing. That's why we're buying it. But unfortunately, we don't know. By mixing all these breeds together, we're creating a lot of issues inside of the dogs, and they have tremendous problems with joints and allergies and stuff like that. So the vets are overwhelmed. And it's just such a shame because it shouldn't be like that.
right.
So,
Oh, I know, right?
and I say it shouldn't be a luxury to have a dog.
No,
It really shouldn't. And you should never be uh, put in front of a choice to put the dog down because you cannot treat the dog.
right.
That's heartbreaking. And I see it all the time. And there's not so much we can do because when you go to the vet and they say you need a surgery and the surgery costs $10,000, you really cannot come up with the money. It's
Do you
it's
recommend that pet
heartbreaking.
owners get insurance, pet insurance?
Definitely,
Yeah, I have
definitely.
that. Yeah.
Yes, I recommend it since day one. It's worth it. It's a peace of mind. You never know what can happen. Um, I have insurance, and I have one of the naked kitties,
Yes.
and
She's
and
We'll have to show a
and they,
picture of that one.
oh my God, yeah, and
Cute.
they have health problems, and as much as I try, I still have to go for the testing and stuff like that, and it's covered by insurance, and it's a really good thing. I mean, 10 years ago when I started to be in the pet industry, people were like, insurance, what do you mean, and this and that, but now it's becoming a thing. And there are so many of them, and they really work, and sometimes it's a lifesaver.
So, so of course, in beauty, we put products on ourselves. We put products with our dogs. What types of shampoos and do you put a conditioner on a dog's fur?
Yes.
I don't. I take my dog to get groomed. I've never asked any questions about that, but
Yeah. Yeah. When I started to groom, I was always believer in when I give you the dog bath, it has to smell perfectly, right? So now I'm a big believer. I want to give you the dog back and it's clean. It smells great, but I'm not putting any toxic onto the dogs because it goes into the body.
So what kind of questions should we ask when because I'm just dropping my dog at the vet to get groomed. Are there specific questions about the product? Or do we ask to see the product and read the label?
Yeah. So what I would recommend, if some people say, there's nothing wrong with the dog, I don't care what they use, and they just keep doing that, they don't care. It's totally fine. But if you see that your dog is sensitive or itches or have little redness or hot spots, anything like that, I would always ask, what kind of shampoos do you use? What do you have? And they will tell you, this is the shampoo we use. And sometimes if you're not liking the shampoo, because they are the regular dog grooming shampoo and they have a lot of stuff in it, which is not really good for the dog skin, you can find your own shampoos and you can bring your own shampoo in there. I recommend two companies if you want a shampoo, and you can always buy it, have it home. If you wash your dog in between, use that shampoo. And if you go to the groomer, I can bring my own shampoo. This is what I use for my dogs. It's actually shampoo by CBD Dog Health, and it just came out. It's a replenish called, and that shampoo balances skin microbiome, calms irritation, soothes dry, itchy skin, conditions gout, repels fleas and ticks and mites. I love the smell. It's a lemongrass smell. I mean, I want to even put it on my hair sometimes because the smell is really good. I can see that they are not itchy after that. So yeah, I would, if you go to a groomer, dropping him off, ask what kind of shampoos they have. Do they have a holistic version of anything? They are now the versions. If they don't have it, and a lot of groomers don't, because you know, it's just more expensive. They don't want to be bothered, blah, blah, blah. So you are more than welcome to bring your own shampoo. And they have conditioners too. The same brands, they have good ones too. For Ledger and Project Suts are my favorites. For Ledger is amazing shampoos and amazing company. It's all holistic. It's all great. Really amazing, amazing products when you want to wash and groom your dog.
And another way that we can keep them healthy is through massage and acupuncture, just like we do. Are there more people providing those services for our pets out there?
Yes. So I remember the first time I said, my dog would use acupuncture, and people were like, "Are you crazy? I mean, seriously?" And it's so funny because some people still say that, but these people don't have dogs. They are not around the dogs, and they don't understand us. We treat our dogs like they are our babies. And acupuncture is amazing. And it's,
Is it
I have,
specific? Is there are vets doing it, or is
yeah.
there
So,
okay.
yeah. So you literally can research acupuncture for dogs. Like I'm in Long Island, on Long Island, New York, and we have like 4 places here. They always busy because it's getting really famous and kind of normal now when your dog has arthritis. Instead of giving a shot that is sometimes deadly, unfortunately, you go to acupuncture. And I see the difference when the dogs go for 4 or 5 sessions, they literally get up and walk. My dog has some issues now too. I use red light therapy. Amazing stuff.
Wow, okay.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah, I love red
And
light therapy. Keeps us
yeah,
young and our cells moving. Yeah.
yeah, and I never knew about that. I mean, it was in a gym, like red light therapy, and they call it like a body enhancement for like 7 years ago. And I'm like, what is that? I felt like if I go there, I'm gonna burn, So I never used that. And now like there is a line for red light therapy, and now because I know so much about it, it is really beneficial for us and for the dogs. And acupuncture, I do pet massage. It's really great. And I recommend it to people just to go on YouTube. Go on YouTube, search pet massage for back problems, legs problem, ACL, um, and just search some videos and take your dog. And that's such a quality time you can have with your dog. When you teach little massage and the dogs love it, you just literally like massaging, stretching. I even with my little one, I literally just do leg stretching. He loves it. He's on his back and, the dogs love it. It's great quality time for you just to shut off all the issues that you're having and just spend that time. And the dog loves it. And it's so beneficial. So pet massage, red light therapy, acupuncture, they do ozone therapy now. Um, Hydrotherapy is really great when your dog is a little obese or has back issues, spine injuries. They literally put them in the water tank and they have them walking on the treadmill in the water. It's amazing stuff. Yeah, amazing stuff. Yeah, and these are like the best approaches you can have for the dogs instead of sticking them with medication. Because even now, when I went with my grizzly, because I like to check my blood work on him, how the progress, what I do if it's doing great. Even last year I went to my doctor and he was like, okay, what is it you're doing? Because whatever you're doing, your blood work is amazing and I don't want to see you at all. I was like, yeah, unfortunately, I don't make any money. And he was like, no, I literally want to know what you're doing. And I go, well, I'm a holistic pet coach and whatever I apply on my dogs, I apply on me. It was like amazing. My cholesterol was like, he says he never sees numbers like that. No, he nobody would come back because everybody would be too
That's
healthy,
right.
right? So he would lose money by hiring me.
Yes.
But I just went with Grizzly, and he's little in pain because of the back problem, and the solution, the protocol by a veterinarian, which is nothing wrong with it. It's just they how know what they're doing. They gonna subscribe steroids and sedatives. So the dog can be really blah and heal by not doing anything. But that's really not the answer because you are killing his, organs by putting chemicals and toxins with the medication. So she was great. I explained what I do, and she's like, "What you gonna do with the pain?" I said, "Believe or not, I'm gonna do red light therapy. Believe or not, I have herbs that they relieve the pain. I have CBD oil that relieves the pain." And she was like, I don't know nothing about it. And I said, it's completely okay because you are here to give me the x-ray, to give me the blood work, to give me the program, the what I need. And me as a holistic pet coach, I know how to treat him and we combine together and we get the dog healthy. And that's what I'm trying to always do. Like, I'm not going against you. I'm just going with something that I know it works. And she was very open to it. She was great. And she went in the back and she gave me a booklet of suddenly acupuncture, red light therapy, people who does it on Long Island. I was like, there you
There you
go,
go.
girl. That's
That's
my
it.
girl.
That's it.
Yeah. So they are starting to be open to it and I love it.
Wow. So what is the biggest mistake that people make with their pets that you see?
Yeah, I don't want to say like you make a mistake. It's something really that they don't know,
They
right?
don't know. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a mistake. It's gonna be a mistake if I tell you not to do it and you keep
Right.
doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like to. People always say, "I'm not feeding my dog table food ever," and I go, "Well, you should." And we have this brainwash from our veterinarians and from just the word us working, and we are not allowed to give dogs the table scraps. So I need to explain what table scrap is. Table scrap is how it started in 1950, 1940, before the war. There was nothing else. Table scraps were normal, right? Everybody was cooking. We went to the farm. We had this, we had this. So the dogs would eat whatever fell off the table. So that's how it started, table scrap food. And dogs were fine. They were living normal life. There were no pesticide on the lawn. There were no vaccination. They were playing with the dirt, so their microbiome immune system was great. So they were living great life. Uh, but then the dry kibble was invented because of the war. And then the canned food, there's a whole story behind it. And companies started to make money from it. So I'm not going to tell you to give your dog table scrub because you would not buy my food that I make $1 million on it. So that was like a big thing. So when people now say, don't, yeah, I'm not going to give them table food. Yeah, don't give them Chinese, don't give them pizza. You know, that's the table food we're
Yeah,
talking about now these days.
right.
But please, if you want to stick with your dry kibble and all that stuff,
Mm.
do little toppers. There's nothing wrong with when you're cooking for yourself or when grandma cooks or whatever, just give them little broccoli on top, give them little carrot, give them little piece of chicken that's not with the skin unsalted. There's so many good food you actually can boost up immune system by giving that to the dogs. So the mistake is you can give them table food as long as it's not Chinese hot dog,
Yes.
hamburger, and stuff like that.
Yes.
Nothing
It's
wrong.
actually, you cooked it like grilled chicken or a little bit of
Yeah,
steak or,
yeah, yeah.
know,
Start with little toppers,
are there
warm broth.
any foods that dogs can't have or would be getting sick from?
Yeah, so definitely not onions, chocolate, any food that contains xylitol. I can't even pronounce it, but it's that the fake sugar we have in candies, and sometimes peanut butter has that too. So we have to be very careful when we look at the ingredients. They have a lot of options for peanut butter for dogs and stuff like that. I actually buy peanut butter for without sugar. Any less ingredients always better. Uh, Grapes are not good for dogs. Every time when you do like a table food, people try to give turkey bone, turkey leg. Any cooked bones are really bad because they can have cause injury in the dogs because they brittle inside of the bodies. They can get stuck.
What about a raw
Macadamia
bone?
raw bone is great.
Okay.
A raw bone is recommended as the best dental treat
Okay.
because they actually clean their teeth. But I always recommend if you give your dogs a raw bone, you can get actually at the butcher.
Yes.
You say, hey, give me, and they can even cut it into small pieces for
Yeah.
you.
The femur.
So I always say,
Mm.
best treat you can give to your dog. And I always say, stay with the dog as the dog is chewing it because sometimes,
Yeah.
they go crazy. They break the teeth because they just like, oh my God, what she's giving me, this is like
Right.
heaven.
And it has the bone
So
marrow in it. So that's really
yeah,
great
and
for their joints.
exactly. So that is really recommended. But I say 15 minutes a day for that bone is great. Don't let
Okay.
him chew the whole day and,
So how
um,
often can you give them a raw bone?
I usually say you want to balance everything.
Mhm.
Like, if you have everything every day, they get tired of it anyway. So every time when I give them little special treats like that, 2, 3 times a week is recommended.
Okay. Wow.
Just
Okay.
really balance it. Yeah.
All right. All right. That's great. Wow.
Yeah. Like
You have given us so much information.
I can
I
talk for
love
hours
it.
about this.
So
Thank
what
you.
do you think
Thank you.
about pet spas?
Oh my God. I
Right?
had my pet spa. Like, my dream, and that's not happening in this life, but I want to have a huge building and it would be a pet spa that you walk with your dog and you literally can get the grooming done. You can have the red light therapy. You can have the acupuncture. I mean, the whole building just to treat dogs. And then you can have a playroom and it's just like, oh, that's like, I would live there 24/7. That would be something. So when I had my mobile grooming company, seniors were my best customers. Like I gave them such a TLC because you they deserve the best, the treatment, the spa. I mean, make the last the best, right? So when you have a older dog and you say, "Oh, I cannot groom him because he's old," and that, you just find the right groomer. And they don't care how the dog looks like, but they care how the dog feels. So when I bathe them, I give them massage. I really, gently massage them. I clean the ears, eyes. I just do the practical what they need so they feel better. And I don't do any events, Mister haircuts, nothing. I don't care. Like I make you feel better. I give you the time that you deserve. And I absolutely loved my seniors because after the grooming, I would come to the house, I would put that old, wrinkly, ugly dog sometimes, they have the tongue hanging, no teeth. And I'm like, I would put them on the floor and they would run. They would have zoomies.
Oh, I love
And I'm like,
it.
oh my God. And they would always do it after the spa treatment. So
Great.
my grooming was called Grizzly and Bear Spa
Mhm.
because I literally gave them the spa treatment they deserve.
Yes.
It wasn't just grooming, it was
Yeah.
the TLC in it.
And after all spa treatments, all of us feel so much better.
Yes, don't
Yeah.
we? I mean,
Yeah, we do. Yeah, who doesn't want a spa treatment?
Yeah, and we should all do it to us because some people's like, oh, I don't have the money and I don't want to do it and I don't deserve it. I don't have time.
Mhm.
But give yourself a treat.
Mhm. Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
Once a time, just spend the money, just do the treatment because the feeling after is amazing. It comes, I love when I treat myself like that. I have to because you forget all this running around trying to figure everything out that you have to take care of yourself first in order to give back.
Absolutely. So, Marketa, thank you so much for coming onto the Pretty Profit podcast. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure having you. I'm sure you have so
Marcia.
much more information. So, how can we find you?
Paws-balance.com is my website, and that will definitely show you all the stuff. Like I said, I'm redoing it, but now if you go there, you can see my services that I offer. I have a lot of blogs, information that I talk about. I have my Facebook page that I interact with my clients. I'm always phone call away. Any questions, email me. I love the interaction. I love to educate people. I love to share my experiences. If I don't know the answer, I always will find the answer later. So please find me there.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. I have learned so much about pet wellness and beauty, always about beauty. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss an episode. And before you go, please drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you.